Good evening and welcome to the news at 10, brought to you by Eswatini TV. I'm Sandy Boingo and I'm with Zaman Zamanza. We're coming to you live from the Hospital Hill Studios in Babane. Your headlines tonight. The government of Eswatini will continue to support all refugees. Government is calling for all partners in the education sector to support the school feeding program. And the Ministry of Health will continue to strengthen TB control program. Good evening, the news in detail. The Minister for Home Affairs, Honorable Princess Lindiwe, says the government is fully committed to ensuring that refugees receive adequate care within the country. She made these remarks during her tour to the Eswatini refugee settlement alongside a delegation from UNHCR.
Ministries of Home Affairs and Agriculture, together with UNHCR, visited the Eswatini refugee settlement, which is expected to accommodate refugees. The Honorable Princess Lindiwe, the Minister for Home Affairs, says that there is need for collaborative effort to successfully execute this project.
This project will present the people we care for with a chance for opportunities to be self-reliant and use their talents to contribute to the communities welcoming them. With this said, we are all encouraged to do more to give refugees more hope and opportunities while they are away from home. Let us be more supportive and inclusive as they build their lives. We envisage that the facilities within the settlement, such as the Eswatini Primary and High School, plus the clinic, will be fully utilized by the people we care for, who will soon be resettled here with another aim of decongesting Malinza Reception Center.
The Honorable Mandla Chawuke, the Minister for Agriculture, affirmed his ministry's full support for the project.
I note with excitement as well that yes, we are going to have 100 hectares of sugarcane. It's a beautiful cash crop, it brings a lot of money, so that's fine. But I'm also excited that we have provided for what I believe are important crops in terms of being staple diet for our people in the country. The 30 hectares of maize will go a long way to alleviate the imports that we actually do to try and feed the nation. Same applies to the beans, the goats, and all the things that we will be producing to feed this community, which is then part of the nation.
Igor Chibanu, Deputy Representative of UNHCR, expressed their readiness to initiate the project.
I believe we have all the elements now to make a showcase from it. We have willingness and blessing of royal family and Her Royal Highness. And I think this is a great responsibility for all of us who are here to ensure that we will implement this pledge, which was made by the Kingdom of Eswatini in 2019.
The Kingdom of Eswatini currently hosts over 3,000 refugees. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Smuva Shongwe, Nzevane.
The Minister of Education and Training, Honorable Owen Ngumalo, emphasized the need for a collaborative approach to address the challenges surrounding the school feeding program. He delivered his remarks during the National School Feeding Indaba held at the George Hotel.
The Ministry of Education and Training, along with key stakeholders, engaged in discussions to address issues surrounding the school feeding scheme. Speaking during the National Indaba, the Minister for Education and Training, Honorable Owen Ngumalo, says that healthy meals for pupils are essential for academic excellence.
The school feeding program is an investment more than a spending, as studies have shown that for every $1 investment in the school feeding program, $9 is accrued. School meals contribute to human capital development as they support the achievement of the pillars of economic development such as agriculture, nutrition, health, and education.
The representative for primary school principals, Petros Dlamini, outlined the challenges they face regarding the school feeding scheme.
The challenge is that we don't have control over at school level. Some of them are late deliveries of the food. The food is delivered in small quantities. If the food is delivered in small quantities, Mr. Minister, you find that the food gets finished even before the learners sit for their examination. They start writing examinations with on empty stomachs.
Ngosephayo Tfala, representing the pupils, urged the government to reinstate breakfast in schools.
The program helps to improve children's nutrition. In some cases, the meals provided at school is only the nutritious meals that most of us receive each day. Such has a significant impact on both the physical and cognitive development for us and prevent malnutrition. And we're all thinking we could start building landscapes and plots all around school to provide extra green leafy vegetables for ourselves, because the government can't afford that. We can still, since we have the ability to do that ourselves.
The school feeding scheme aligns with several sustainable development goals, including ending poverty, among others. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Manzini.
The Kingdom of Eswatini has 26 trained emergency preparedness and response EPR personnel under the flagship initiatives aiming to ensure adequate preparedness for emergencies such as pandemics. Now, speaking during the EPR surge training, the Honorable Minister for Health, Mduduzi Matsebula, says that this training will enable the trainees to respond quickly, locally or internationally. The Minister delivered his remarks during the first of its kind training held at the UN House.
The World Health Organization Africa Regional Office established flagship initiatives to assist member states in promptly detecting and responding to emergencies. Eswatini has 26 trained Emaswati on the EPR research, aiming to strengthen and utilize response groups for emergencies locally and internationally. Speaking during the training, the Minister for Health, Honorable Mduduzi Matsebula, says that these groups are ready to be deployed in other countries.
Out of the country's target of 100 experts, these ready for deployment multidisciplinary experts will be deployed nationally and internationally to respond to epidemics and health emergencies. Indeed, I'll be glad to usher them out to Sudan and other countries. It is no doubt that the country is gaining an equipped human resource that adds to its preparedness for global and national epidemics and health emergencies.
Dr. Susan Tembo, representing the World Health Organization in Eswatini, says the training seeks to establish dedicated, well-trained and ready for deployment experts.
This is Eswatini's contribution to the expanding AVOC surge workforce, which now totals 1,373 trained professionals in the African region.
Tengetile Tabete, representing the World Bank, mentioned that the Kingdom received 3 million in funding, with some of the funds sponsoring the training.
The surge training is part of work that is supported by a grant from the government of Australia and Germany. The grant is worth $3 million. A part of it has gone to the training. What we are most proud about as the bank team is that the trained colleagues you see around here have not ended here. They have gone on to train 267 public health frontline workers from what they learned in the first module.
Bavugile Dlamini, representing the participants, affirmed that indeed they are ready to be deployed and respond effectively. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Babane.
The Minister for Health, the Honorable Mduduzi Matsebula, says government will continue to strengthen programs that seek to eliminate TB in the country. Now, the minister was talking at Mbolonjeni constituency during the commemoration of the World TB Day under the theme, United We Can End TB.
The Minister for Health, Mduduzi Mathebula, says it is encouraging to know that significant progress has been made in the national TB response towards eliminating tuberculosis. The minister said this during the World TB Commemoration Day at Mbolonjeni.
Interventions implemented over the years include robust TB awareness, which is part of the reason we are all gathered today here. Others include the use of all-oral shorter treatment regimen for both drug-sensitive and drug-resistant TB, and using shorter TB preventive treatment. Decentralization of TB or HIV services to communities, infection prevention and control.
Mavis Mota shared their experience. Mbolonjeni constituency member of parliament Kwanele Nzimanzi extended their gratitude towards the health ministry. According to health reports in the Lubombo region for the year 2023, about 331 people tested positive for tuberculosis and 13 of those people were drug resistant. Reporting, I am Tembelihle Makuchwa, Mbolonjeni.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Principal Secretary Makosini Mdawe says the ministry is aware of the problems Maswat are facing in terms of wages. Hence, they have engaged the International Labour Organization to validate the national minimum wage in Eswatini.
At the validation meeting of the minimum wage in Eswatini, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is in collaboration with the International Labour Organization and others such as Business Eswatini. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security Principal Secretary Makosini Mdawe explains the purpose of the meeting.
Lo mhlangano kulebesinawo kusukela ngalesibili uma befika laba ka-ILO bese hamba stakeholder by stakeholder kuva imvo yabo nge-minimum wage. Lona ke lo khona lamuhla ukuhlanganisa le dot inkulumo lethu usachubeka nje lokusikhuluma uhlanganisa le dot inkulumo lethu etalo mhlangano bebe ikhona kusukela ngalesibili. Siyethemba ke zatswethu zwane ukuthi ekugcineni kwakhona sitawuvumelana athi vele i-minimum wage yadzingakala even. Utawuthola ukuthi asivumelani nje njalo nako lokho angeke sikuphikise. Uma sivumelana ke futhi bese siyavumelana further ukuthi ithini le minimum wage. Angeke kube nguhulumende ayedvana notawuthi ikanje. Angeke kube ngithukhoso ayedvana letathu kanje. Angeke kube business Eswatini ayedwa. A collective agreement.
The International Labour Organization representative says there is a huge gap in wages for Eswatini in comparison with other countries. Thus, he hopes the meeting will help fill in that gap.
Currently, the minimum wage system in Eswatini is relatively complex if we compare with other African countries, and it has some gaps. So we are here to help to adjust it, revise it, together with the constituents of the ILO, the government, but also the trade unions and the employers' representatives. So we made a study, we made a research about the existing system and some possible scenarios of reform, and we are here to discuss it with the constituents.
The meeting took the whole week with the purpose of improving a Maswati standard of living since the cost of living is getting higher. Reporting Cindy Swazani, Bendulo Kombi, Ezulwini.
Inculcating the culture of business in young people can transform the economy of the kingdom. Now, that's according to the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Education, Nathi Nkambule, at the launch of the Alan Gray Entrepreneurship Challenge.
The Ministry of Education and Training, together with MTN Eswatini, in collaboration with Alan Gray Foundation that originates from South Africa, have an intention of educating the youth about entrepreneurship and its advantages. Representing the Ministry of Education and Training Principal Secretary Nathi Nkambule says that the youth can be the ones that translate ideas into action and benefit Eswatini.
Entrepreneurs are the blood of any economy. They are the ones who translate ideas into action, who create jobs, and who drive economic growth. By equipping our students with the skills and mindset of entrepreneur from a young age, we are not just preparing them for future careers. We are laying a foundation for a more prosperous and dynamic Eswatini. This challenge goes beyond textbook learning. It ignites creativity, problem-solving skills, and the courage to take calculated risk.
The MTN marketing manager Lungile Mzizi stated that supporting the youth in terms of opening business opportunities can help contribute to the country's economy.
We are quite excited that we are growing the pipeline of SMEs or entrepreneurs from such a young age. I feel that the youth have so many ideas. Actually, I think they see clearer than all of us because they've not been cluttered by life and life's challenges. So I feel that the youth always have the grandest of ideas and unfiltered. And I'm hoping that from that we will all get some clues in terms of how to solve the issues that we have through business and from the ideas that are coming through from this program.
The Ellen Gray Foundation has officially launched the Ellen Gray Entrepreneurship Challenge that will start from the 1st of April to the 31st of July in Eswatini, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa, and prizes are to be won. Reporting Cindy Swazwane, Bendulo Kumbi, Babane.
The two-day CIMAC annual seminar has come to an end. CIMAC Chief Executive Director Lomkhosi Makakule says the seminar went well as both employees and employers got an opportunity to address their differences in a polite manner.
Following the end of the CIMAC annual seminar, where issues that instill hostility between employees and employers were discussed in a more professional manner, the Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration Mission says it hopes that the seminar will bring forth solutions to the challenges between employees and employers.
In the next financial year, we hope to achieve a more peaceful and harmonious labor space. We expect that as a service provider, we also will improve our service levels and efficiencies in resolving disputes. We can't resolve these disputes speedily as per our mandate without the partnership of the parties. We would hope that from this knowledge, parties have walked away and said, oh, we actually do have a role to play in ensuring that these disputes are resolved speedily. And we are there, we are prepared, we are listening to ensure that those disputes are there to be resolved speedily.
The seminar comes at a time where even the Ministry of Labour and the International Labour Organization are reviewing wages so that they can be at par with the rest of the world. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Pendulo Kumbi with LinkedIn Kule in Zulwini.
The Water Affairs Director Makosini Koza says there are plans in progress to bring clean water and sanitation, especially in rural areas. Koza was speaking when responding to the World Water Day theme, which says Water for Peace.
Today is the World Water Day under the theme of Water for Peace. The Water Affairs Director Makosini Koza urges Amaswati to save water, keep water clean, and also save water bodies, since water is a very scarce resource.
In the process, let us try to avoid even polluting the water, because we want to ensure that water quality is of paramount importance to our health in order to curb the spread of waterborne diseases and other illnesses that can be derived from water that has been contaminated. Otherwise, from our end, we so much appreciate the day, and we hope that the Eswatini, we are going to commemorate the day like other country. But on the 27th, so that's where we are going to have a match or a good launch for that initiative on the World Water Day. As a country, we are also having our neighbors where we are sharing the water resources with. be it South Africa and Mozambique. We have good relations, and we want also to maintain that those relations through ensuring that we abstract the rightful amount of water as per the agreements that we have with those countries, and also we ensure that we maintain our water at the good quality that is enshrined in our agreements that we have with these countries.
Clean water sanitation, even in rural areas, can help avoid waterborne diseases that easily spread in water. Reporting is in Eswatini, Bendulo Kombi, Mbabane.
Well, with that, we shift gears into the world of business. We take a look at financial indicators to get a sense of how markets fared today in our financial report.
Standard Bank. It can be.
Welcome back. In the world of sports, the sports fraternity has hailed the late Shirley Kenimota as somebody who contributed immensely to the development of both cycling and athletics in the country. Speaker after speaker showed her with much praise during the memorial service at Catholic Church in Manzini. She passed away last weekend.
A memorial service was held in the name of Shirley Kenimota, who passed away last week. The event kicked off with a ride from the cyclist who took a tour from Dupes in Manzini to the Manzini Catholic Church. Those who spoke on behalf of the family expressed her as somebody who will always remain exemplary. Eswatini Sports and Recreation Council representative Ngobile Dlamini says her contribution to the sports industry was indeed a huge one.
So really we sishaqekile sing Eswatini Sports and Recreation Council. Ikakhulu because Shirley would be one of our awardees whenever cycling association would host Emma Awards at MTN, would expect to see Shirley because she would be one of the people who would be awarded.
Zwide Ngumaro, the president of Eswatini Cycling Association, says she had been a proper image of what and how cyclists should behave in the industry.
To our dear, the departed treasurer, Shirley Kenimota, whose sudden and tragic departure has left us all in a state of profound sorrow and disbelief.
On behalf of Golden Foot, which is an athletics club where she was a member, the club also rated her as somebody who was always encouraging the rest to work hard and become the best in sport.
To us, she died like a soldier because she died in the business of running, and she was clad in her favorite colors, her team, the Golden Foot.
Executive member from the National Maize Corporation, where she worked, also highlighted the excellence that she brought to the organization. Friends, colleagues, and former colleagues all spoke highly of her life. She will be laid to rest on Saturday in Stegi at the Motsa residence. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabiso Msonera in Manzini.
Right, with that, we have hit the home stretch of the news at 10 at Eswatini TV. But before we go, here's a quick reminder of news-making headlines tonight. The government of the Kingdom of Eswatini will continue to support all refugees. The government is calling for all partners in the education sector to support the school feeding program. And the Ministry of Health will continue to strengthen TB control program. Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini, we've come to the conclusion of the news at 10 here at Eswatini TV. Thanks so much for choosing to stay with us. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it's good night and God bless.